Hey guys, how's it going? I have Jake Olsen here. Today I'm gonna be doing something different. Also, I'm back. Probably not forever. This isn't full time for me, so I'm gonna do a tutorial since for my Ford Excursion here. Today, we're going to be replacing the door actuators since the power locks don't work. I already did the back doors. The back doors are already done. The panels are back on. I'll show you how they work. So, I have a battery cutoff switch in this Excursion here, where you put it in there, it turns on the battery. I'll go over there because I have this door panel ready to take off pretty soon, but basically it usually looks like this with that on and that clipped in. You're just gonna want to pry those off and take them off like that, unclip everything, and then there's the screw there. I already took that off. And there's a screw here that I'm going to take off to show you guys. So, let me flip the camera around. What you gotta do, take off those. Take out that screw right there. You're gonna want to take out this screw here. On the back doors, it's basically the same. So you pry that off. You pry this off with just a screwdriver or anything. I've got this little tool here to pry everything apart, all the trim. I'll show you on this side how the power door locks work. So these ones work since I replaced them. You can see right there in the door how it goes up and down. And same on the other side. The other side works, but up front, as you can see, don't even move. So I've got to replace these ones next, and it'll be ready to go. So I'm gonna take out the battery cutoff switch, go get my actuators to show you how those things look, and I'll get this door off kind of off camera. So see you guys then. Alright guys, so we're back. I've got that screw out. And the way you get these door panels out, you just lift them up so they're out and just pull them away. And down here, since this is the XLT package or the limited, I can't remember which one for Fords. This one has like a little light thing, so I've got to unhook that, just kind of get that out there, and this will be ready. So I'll kind of set this up. No, I'll just do it off camera real fast. Alrighty guys, the door panel's off. The next step you need to do is take off this door handle. It'll just make things 10 times easier for you. Makes everything really nice and easy. So what you gotta do, there's two bolts. One behind here, and there's one behind here, I'm pretty sure. You gotta just kind of pry this off. You can just peel it off easy. Kind of just like that. And that comes right off, and then you could stick. I'm using this tool. My, shoot, I can't think of the name right now, but just know. Take that off, and this is what the new actuator will look like. This one's for the right side, it says there. The left side one is right here. Just actuator with the plug-in right there. Basically plug and play for these things. You just put all the inserts in, and it'll be coming in just like that, kind of right into the door. And I'll show you how to take that out. Take some time to get out. It's very, very hard work, so you gotta know how to do it. Can't seem to see it this moment. Here it is. I don't know if you can see that. But right there, that's the actuator. You gotta unplug this thing to get it out. Kinda. Yeah, I'll get this out. It's kinda hard to see since it's really dusty and dark. That's what it looks like on the inside. Once you take off this door handle, it works a lot easier. So I'll show you. There's one of them right through there where I took that off. There's the one bolt. And then the other one is kind of behind there. So you just want to take like a socket wrench or a monkey wrench, I like to call them, to get that out. So I'll get this door handle off and we'll go from there. Alrighty, so I got those bolts out, those nuts actually. Then all you gotta do is just pull on it and kind of get this little part here, both of these, and you just want to kind of work your way to get these off. It takes a little bit of time, so I'm gonna kind of get these off and we'll go from there. Okay, so there was an easier way to do this. There's a little part that kind of slides over. I'll go get it. It kind of shot out somewhere over here. Somewhere here. Kind of just slides around. This part kind of slides around this to keep this in, but this just comes right out. This just slides out. So that's how you get the door handle out. Now you can see the door actuator a lot easier. Just the same as the back ones. I didn't show you the back ones, but all these door actuators are the same. And what you do is you just pry that out with anything. And that's where this tool kind of comes in real handy. So this tool, you're gonna stick it, kind of just pry the door actuator out. Don't worry, nothing breaks unless you're pushing like way too hard. You just want to kind of pry it out, get it out of the door. Don't worry about breaking this actuator. It's old, it's already broken. You just want to get it out of there. Just any way possible. And they're really tough to get out. Like, it's hard to understand. If you've ever done actuators, you'd know. They are hard to get out. They are really hard. I just kind of break them, kind of pry them off. There we go. That one came. So you can see that door actuator is out most of the ways now. Just kind of pry it out a little bit more. There we go. The door actuator is out. That little shiny piece, don't worry about that, that's garbage. So there's the door actuator. Next step, you're going to want to get this wire harness off, this plug, because that is what actually does the power locks, which are right here. Or it's this one. No, it's this one here. Sorry guys. This one here, this is your power lock. If you like, you can clean it up. You can just shove it in like that. Either way, it works really good. So it's really easy to find other problems with the wiring So just make sure to like go through everything, make sure everything doesn't have any rips. If it's in there, don't really worry about it, but if there's anything that's loose and out, any wires, just check them, go through them, make sure nothing is wrong. Just so if you're doing this and if you have any other problems down the road, you'll know that it probably isn't the wiring because you already went through and fixed all the wiring. So once you fix the wiring, make sure everything's good. All the wiring's good on here so far. Still gotta check with that door, which we'll be doing a little bit later. But yeah, you just want to go through, make sure all the wiring's good, make sure your lock is good, it's not going to go anywhere. That's in the locked position now, and that's unlocked right there. So just go through everything, make sure everything's good, nothing's broken, because you already got the door panel off. Might as well go through everything and make sure nothing's broken. So we're gonna unplug that old one and plug this one in. It's honestly that easy. Once you plug it into there, you're basically just sliding it back into the little part. So this slides in, and you got to make sure this goes into the hole. So when you're going, it'll be able to unlock and lock the door. So I'll get to that point where we're about to put this in. Alright, there's the old actuator. It's out, unplugged and everything. And the reason it's broken, you can see here, that only moves a tiny bit. And there's no sound really coming from it. It's not good. It's garbage. This is how the new one's supposed to sound. You could hear the gears moving. That's what you want to hear. And then it's basically just plug and play from there. You could fix this. It just takes time, which is good. And it takes time because, well, yeah, but it's not really worth the time. You could fix it if you had all the time in the world and you took the time not to break that little part off. That little part basically just is another part to keep this in place. But when you buy a new one, I honestly bought this on Amazon for 15 bucks each thing. So in total this cost me about $45 for every single actuator. And it works fine. It really does. Actually 60 bucks, sorry. My math isn't very good. I'm out of school since this quarantine. But once you do it, you're just going to plug it in. You're going to slide it in right there. In that little part. You're going to slide in. You're going to make sure it goes into the hole. Right there. The little part. The little arm. And make sure this is the right one. So this is left. Want to focus? This is the left. So it's meant for this door, the driver's side. This one is right, so it's going on the passenger side. You want to always make sure you got the right ones going in. And this next step takes some time, and you need both hands for it. But to do it, you're basically just going to plug everything together and slide it in. After that, you're pretty much ready to go. But make sure you want to do it right the first time. You don't want to like barely get it in there so it works and then a week later it pops out. You don't want that. So just make sure you take the time to get everything right. You want to make sure that's all the way in. You want to make sure that slid all the way in. You want to make sure this is plugged all the way in so that the clips on there and it won't go anywhere. If your clip is broken there, you might need to get a new plug. I haven't had that problem yet. If I do, I'll have to do that exact thing though. So just make sure you do everything right. You don't want to screw it up. Once you're done, you'll be ready to go. So I'll get this in and we'll end the video. So once I get it in, I'll show you guys how it works. Alright, so I got it in and I need to make sure that it works. So I need to make sure that the battery's on. So I turn on my battery switch, and then I'll go to the other side to see if it works. I'm not going to close it all the way, because if it doesn't, then I got to work from the inside. So I got it in the unlocked position. That is locked. That is unlocked. Locked. Unlocked. So let's check. See if it works. If not, we'll have a little bit more work on our hands. So, I'm looking over there at that little part. If it goes down, locked, unlocked, locked, unlocked. Sweet, it works, guys. So, make sure it's unlocked. I don't want to lock myself out of the excursion here. So what I've got to do now, I've got to put the door handle back on. So I'll get that done, then we'll get the door panel on and go from there. Alright, so we got the door handle in, the lock's back in. All we gotta do is put the bolts on and we'll get the door panel on. Alright, so we got door handle all screwed in. This works. And we got the door panel almost done. All we gotta do is tighten up the screws. You gotta put this one in first. Can't forget. That's what happened on the back doors. I had to get new ones. So you gotta make sure they're in there. Get your socket. And just get them on there. Once we're done with that, I'll just kind of get this in there. You want to tighten it up. Not as tight as you can. You don't want to screw up the threads, but you want to get it in there. Basically, I do two turns after you get it in there. Basically, either finger tight or what. So now it's not completely tight as I'd like it yet. Okay, now 2 turns, 1 and 2. There we go, and that's in. Time to get this one in. Get it in there. And then the 2-turn strategy, I always use that on door panels because I don't want to ruin the plastic. So 1, no, this isn't tightened up yet. Okay, now it is. So 1, 2, and they're in. If you'd like, if you have these kind of doors on your Ford Super Duty or anything, basically 2000 to 2007, you can put your light in there. I don't have one at the moment. I probably will later, but I'm just gonna put in the reflector slash light part in. And the door panel is almost done and dandy. So what you gotta do now, you gotta hook everything back up. So I'll get that done and we'll go from there. All the wiring is hooked back up. What we're gonna do, we're gonna test one more time if the lock actually works. So you're gonna take your battery cutoff switch, if you have one, gonna turn on the battery, gonna unlock, lock, unlock, lock, and guys, it works. This also works on all the doors. You gotta make sure. I haven't done the passenger side door, but I did do the passenger back door, and all those work. So the way to put this back in, kind of angle it because there's that little part there. And once you do that, everything just clips in, just like that. Make sure it's in. And you can tell everything works. And now for the last part, and this door will be done. Line up your clips and clip it in. Boom, done. Door panel's back on. Everything's good and ready to go. And that's how you put in a door actuator. I'll show you how to take off the trim on this door, since I'm going to be doing it next anyway. But let me hop on over there and we'll get it done. Now to show you guys how to take off the passenger side trim. So first, you're going to want to pry off this bit. I just like coming in from the side. You could do whatever side as long as you're not worried about ruining anything. I just kind of scratched up the paint there, you see. And that's not always fun, but it happens. So boom, that part's off. Now time to take this off. This part's always sketchy. Always start from this side, because there is that little bit of lip that comes up and under. So you want to come up, just get that out of there, just bring it to the side, and bring it out, just like that. Just so that part's out, because you don't want to just start prying it up. It'll never work. And then, just got to take out the wiring, which is pretty easy. There's a little bit right there. Just press that in, and you pull it out. Just like that. I heard the click. This is for the windows, this is for the locks. So I'll get these out real fast, and I'll be right back with you. Alright, there's that piece. You just pry them off. Don't pry them, I mean just pull them out. And as you can see, this one's lost. I'll have to get a new one later. I'm not going to worry about it now though. So, then, to get this out, kind of just pry it out. Kind of like I showed you on the other end. Just get your screwdriver or something, stick it in that little hole there. Just kind of pry it out carefully and slowly. This one has a light, but it does not have a screw, so I'm going to have to get another screw for this one side too. But this door panel, since all the screws are already out already, just lift it up and it comes right out. But you do have to get that little part out. Don't forget, you don't want to just yank the door, otherwise you're going to lose your light. Alright, this door panel's off. Other than that, it's just the same thing. The actuator, you're going to want to take off the door handle, and take out the actuator and just replace it. But you do want to always take this out before you take out the door handle. It's always helpful. You don't want to just go in there from the side and like strip your bolt or anything. Just go here. It's easy, it's fast, and to put back in, it's honestly just plug it back in. Sometimes it takes a little bit of work, otherwise, boom, right in. All you gotta do is push it in. And to take it out, it's the same way. So, that's it. Yep, that's it, guys. All you gotta do is take off the door panel, work on getting that actuator out of there. This one's right here, right up close to this part here. I always like the passenger side door. It's always so much easier to see everything. On the back doors, there's none of this here. It's just like tiny little holes. So I always love this passenger front side door to take out actuators. It's so much easier. And as you can see here, this has like a little kind of heat tape kind of wrapping kind of thing. If you like that, you can always just go on Amazon probably and find it. I'm not going to worry about it. The door already has a bit of it, and it has sprayed. It is painted, but if you don't have a painted door and you'd like to keep it sealed, you could just buy this heat shrink seal off of Amazon. That's also where I got my actuators. Just searched up Amazon, entered my vehicle, and it came up with everything. The plug, the actuator, and everything. But I'm pretty sure that's how you take off actuators on any kind of vehicle. You just got to work on it. But other than that, guys, that's it for this video. And I'll see you in the next one. It's probably not going to be tomorrow. It's probably not going to be this week. It's probably not going to be this month. Probably not even going to be this year. But that's basically it for this video, guys. Don't count on the next video. Well, you could, but it's probably not going to be up for a long time. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.